Hello, professors. I hope you're well. Welcome to this interactive presentation about one of my favorite pleasures, teaching and reading. We had 6 points in our content. What is reading? What is comprehension? What are comprehension strategies? What is it about? How to handle with that reading strategy? And finally, there are samples. First, what is reading? If we are talking about reading strategies, it is important to know what is reading. According to the UNESCO, when we reading, there are perception, there are thoughts. First one, perception, it means that physical sense, our, our eyes, our ears. And when we're talking about thought, we are talking about thinking, about considering something. So, what is comprehension? According to the UNESCO, comprehension is the process of deriving meaning from connected text. Now, as a teachers, we always need to deem that meaning derived, that sense built, they are not universal. However, many could be tuned in using reading strategies for comprehension. By example, the transactional theory by Rosenblatt, she says that because each reader brings different experience to a reading, so each reader will take away a different meaning. Besides, the schema theory describes how readers use their prior knowledge to make sense of new information. There are 4 levels involved in that complex process of comprehension. As you see, rectangles in gray color are the reader, and rectangles in blue color are the writer because these are the texts. So maybe we can change the or we can modify the subject, the linguistic, the context, the gray one, but we can improve we can get familiar with the text. Make prediction, it is a reading strategy. So we need to work it on improve our prior knowledge because as UNESCO say, the term comprehension strategies is something used to refer to the process of reasoning. So students can be instructed in strategies to improve text comprehension and information use. So teachers can guide students by modeling the actions they can take to improve comprehension. These sections include asking questions about a text while reading, identifying main ideas, or using prior knowledge to make predictions. Always we are gonna listen from the theorists. Teaching a combination of different strategies is better than focusing on one. This is just one of the most point of views about how many are the reading comprehension. According with Isabel Solé, there are 4 groups of strategies. Number one, to read. Number two, to summarize. Number three, to request clarification. And finally, number four, which is to predict. She says there are no mandatory order between the four strategies. We could use it in another order. But the comprehension strategy we are centered in is the predictive one. Okay, now we are in the number four, in the numeral four. What is about? What is predicting outcomes? What is that reading strategy for comprehension? Well, predicting outcomes is a reading strategy to anticipate what may happen next using prior knowledge. So it is a creative action who good readers use it before, during, and post reading. So let's get improve the student's prior knowledge. Many could be tuned in. According with Soleil, making predictions requires taking risks because they do not imply accuracy of what is predicted or formulated. To take risks, it is necessary to be sure that they can be taken. That is, that one will not be sanctioned. This is the way we are gonna handle with that reading strategy. Understanding what Rosenblatt says, that every act of reading is unique. So there is no receipt. And appreciating the risks involved in a prediction. As Soleil says, they do not imply accuracy. So creativity is allowed. Okay, we are here so close to get in material of samples. There will be 6 samples. I make it for you. I hope you enjoy it. Taran, there are a preview of that 6 samples. This first sample is about the next. What will be the next? It's easy when you are reading a comic because the comic structure is sequential, so we can miss the next, and we can predicting outcomes. What will be next? What is gonna happen in the next square? Some suspense, it helps. In the meanwhile, you could predicting your own outcomes. You can make your own predicting. So, no están más que agarrados de la mano, responde Helga, a lo que le preguntó Lafo cuando le dijo, mira a ver qué hacen Astrid y su enamorado. Y ella le respondió que no se preocupara. But maybe if you are a reader of Dick Brown and the Olafo comics, maybe you could predicting that Astrid and his beloved wasn't not doing nothing sensual. But if you don't know who is Olafo, who is Dick Brown, who is Helga, who is Astrid, so the predicting outcomes will not come. So let's see Olafo el Amargado. He has a family, he has a friend, he has a dog, two girls in his family. There is he, Helga, la esposa de Olafo. There is he, Astrid, la hermosa hija de Olafo. So when you get familiar with the characters, when you get familiar with the type of text, even with the author, your predicting outcomes could be more reasonable and make it sense, and you could look with the comic of Olafo el Amargado. But if you don't know nothing about that comic, well, your predicting outcomes will be so poor. Let's continue. Number two, the cover. These are not working in with every text, because no every text have because not every books because not every text have a cover. In this case, I choose one of my favorite novel, La Casa de las Dos Palmas, de Manuel Mejía Vallejo. Here, the girl in song. Where will be she? Could we ask where will be she? We could predict where will be she, or we could predict who will be she. What are she doing? What are that thing behind she? And then first we are predicting. Second, we are confirming. When we get the book La Casa de las Dos Palmas and we start reading, just 10 pages before, you will find answer. There are gonna be some part of the text when the text tell us about what is happening in the cover. So just 10 pages before, you will find answer. She is Zoraida. She are listening music in the. She is Zoraida, and she is listening music in the graphonola. In fact, the class could explore deeper about the painting artist, about some other painting from that artist. We could predicting why the editorial take that precise image for that book or something else. Now the number 3 is about the title. This predicting outcomes about the title is contrasting to two titles. First one, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, a novel. And the second one is Music for Chameleons by Truman Capote. Let's see To Kill a Mockingbird, Harper Lee. What is your predicting? What do you think Harper Lee wanna say to us when she writes that title, To Kill a Mockingbird? There are instructions to kill a bird. It's something about a bird of prey and its meal. It is a book of poems. What is your so? What do you say, Homer, about To Kill a Mockingbird? Okay, according with Homer Simpson, To Kill a Mockingbird, um, disappoint. We was disappointed from him. Now we are talking about Music for Chameleons by Truman Capote. This one are chronicles from a journalist. So what do you predict based in that title? Could be something about a reptilian group, could be something about Godzilla's playlist, or it's about chameleons who are music lovers. What do you predict? Let us see. Here we have the text, and when we read, we are found when we are found the part when the woman that Martinique aristocrat say the chameleons are exceptional creatures, and she answered to Truman Capote about if she knows they are very fond of music. Now, the number 4, the summary of these predicting outcomes, invited students to predicting the entire story based on the summary. So in this case is a book for children which summary divided in 5 chapters. So we could take a good time trying to predict what is gonna happen. But if we support that summary with the front cover and the back cover, that will help. That would help with the writing meaning. Let us see the title, back cover. There are so many elements you could uh, attach. Okay, the number 5. From whom are we talking about? The character. Is a she or is a place? In this sample, I bring you uh, a part of that marvelous novel. La Vorágine de José Eustacio Rivera. And we could play guessing who is the character. Just censure the word the late who say who is the character, and then you could read aloud in class the rest of the text. Por ejemplo, aquí, oh, esposa del silencio, madre de la soledad y de la neblina. Is a she or is a place? It's a place. Is the forest. Or this part. Déjame huir, oh, de tus enfermizas penumbras, formadas con el hálito de los seres que agonizaron en el abandono de tu majestad. Tú misma pareces un cementerio enorme donde te pudres y resucitas. Again, is a she or is a place? Whom are we talking about? Again, is a place. Is the forest. But it could be Alicia in some way. Now, for the end, at the end, the number six, this predicting outcomes is called the emphasis. So bold, italic, underline, bullets, numbering, you name it. The emphasis talk to us. By example, we can predict that words in uppercase or capital letters mean something. A lot of them, the grammar, as the title says. Let's see. Ah, no, there are not. Some words in uppercase are parts of grammar. Some parts are not. But it worked because at first we note that the uppercase means something. And what about underlined words and italic letters? In this case, the emphasis of the text tell us about underlined words and italic letters. First one, the underlined words. There are categories who respond from previous definitions, and the style of use the italic it indicates that these are examples. So in the text, everything and every part has a meaning. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you found this presentation useful. Thank you so much and goodbye.